Okay, just wanted to bring it to people's attention. This article about 33% of nuclear power plants are in discussions with tech folk companies to power up AI data centers inside of nuclear power plants in order to maximize that. So let's jump to the article and see. So you can see that it says here 1/3 of nuclear power plant owners are in talks with tech firms to power up AI data centers. This is from a little while back, but from the Wall Street Journal nonetheless. So big tech firms such as Amazon are actively speaking with utility companies to build artificial intelligence data centers powered by clean, reliable nuclear energy. This move aligns with the next AI trade investing theme, which was introduced to prescription subscribers in early April from this website. So the owners of roughly a third of U.S. nuclear power plants are in talks with tech companies to provide electricity to new data centers needed to meet the demands of an artificial intelligence boom, the Wall Street Journal says. In particular, the Wall Street Journal sources say Amazon Web Services is securing a deal with Constellation Energy, the largest owner of U.S. nuclear power plants, to supply clean, reliable atomic power to a data center on the East Coast. This is not the first time Amazon has negotiated with utilities about nuclear power. In March, Amazon AWS purchased power provider Talen Energy's 1,200-acre data center campus, which is directly adjacent to its 2.5 gigawatt nuclear power plant at the Salem Township in Luzerne County, Pennsylvania. So, the Wall Street Journal pointed out that tech companies demanding nuclear power for AI data centers would be effectively diverting existing electricity resources and could raise prices for other customers and hold back emission-cutting goals. But the nuclear tech marriage has forced many Wall Street analysts in recent months to jump on the powering up America theme. Greater load demands are projected in the coming years due to AI data centers, electrification of the economy, and reshoring efforts. So, also, recent estimates from North American Electric Reliability Corporation forecast that electricity growth over the next 5 years will increase from 2.6% to 4.7%, driven by major utilities revising up their estimates. So the charts you can see here show that, well, since the 1990s, year-on-year growth has actually decreased. So it was a growth rate of 2%, then 1%, then less than 1% for most of the 2010s, and then nearly 0% around 2020. And now it's scheduled to go up again as we enter a new cycle. The sixth cycle, according to some experts, for the next 20, 30 years. And so the charts below here, seen on the screen, show data center power consumption by providers and enterprises in gigawatts, and the share percentage on the right. So you can see that hyperscalers were a small percent in 2014. You can see that the growth of co-location companies is in the middle, and then enterprise is a smaller and smaller percent, and a larger and larger percent seems to be hyperscalers, or rather large energy consumers. So AI data centers demand an incredible amount of power compared to traditional data centers. As demonstrated here in this graph in the middle of the page, typical data centers without AI demand 12 kilowatts. Data centers supporting AI in the training phase support 80, and then data centers supporting AI in the inference phase support 40. So they use a lot of energy up front and to sustain. So in conclusion here, the article wraps up. Tech's push to acquire nuke power for AI data centers has been enough to reverse the tide of plant closures and spur the White House to begin developing a new push to revive nuclear. The author of this article also suggests us to read, in a historic reversal, the U.S. starts to shut a nuclear power plant for the first time. To restart. So Constellation Energy's president CEO Joseph Dominguez told the Wall Street Journal that large swaths of the land from Pennsylvania to Illinois are oversupplied with power and could be future sites for AI data centers. So while it's too early to forecast just how much power AI data centers will need, one concern is that existing electricity resources are being diverted off-grid data centers, which could drive up power prices for consumers. So, in conclusion, to solve this, more nuclear power plants will need to be constructed, and the winning plant design will likely be advanced small modular reactors. So, in conclusion, the whole Midwest is sprinkled with power plants that can create a lot of energy but are being underutilized. So this part of the United States could be huge data center providers and low cost for real estate. And maybe, as the article concludes, small modular reactors might be the best and most efficient way to power these places. But from the first chart and graph here, it shows that data energy consumption is going to spike after multiple decades of low growth. It will go to very high growth very soon. Um, and we can see that with large companies like Amazon in talks to acquire whole energy plant facilities themselves and basically move upstream to be their own energy providers. Okay, just wanted to be on the record with that because we agree with everything that's being, all these trends that are in place. And we are certainly moving our resources and our money in this same investing direction, whether it be listed companies or similar, because all of these changes are being played out right now as we speak, and things are moving quite fast. So this is what we also have our eyes on. So we couldn't agree more with this article's conclusions and observations.